Florida loses to USF yesterday. And if you're a Florida fan, you're saying, what just happened? Did that really happen? Maybe more importantly, the question you're asking is, what now? So we'll unpack all that right now. If you're a Florida Gator fan, make sure you're locked in. Make sure you are subscribed. For better or for worse, there's still a lot to talk about with your Gators the rest of the season. Once you locked in, once you subscribed, follow on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at JD PicKell. Let me know where you stand right now when it comes to the temperature of your football team moving forward the rest of the season. Only week 2, but yeah, not a great vibe. Again, Instagram, Twitter, at JD PicKell. So the longer I sat with this, within the last, 8 hours, there's a part of me where I'm like, man, should we have seen this coming? Because like the massive look-ahead spot to LSU next week, could see that throwing a team out of their game. DJ Lagway was dinged up all spring, dinged up, sounds like a portion of fall camp with the calf thing, wore sleeve on it. Okay, didn't totally look like all the way settled, if you will. The potential, I guess, to play down to your opponent. We've seen that before now from a Florida football team. We've seen them walk out there and play a lesser opponent and not play to Florida standard, but instead play to the opponent standard. And also, like, USF, they just beat Boise State before they played Florida. Like, should we have taken the Fighting Alex Golishes a touch more seriously? I say us as the college football public, myself for sure. Maybe. USF's really freaking good. So I'm going to say a lot about Florida during this segment. I want to make sure we give our flowers to USF right now. USF and Alex Golish got a squadron out there in South Florida. All right? That is a team that is going to beat a lot of other good teams the rest of the season. And if they are that team from the G5 that ends up in the college football playoff, they're going to have a chance to get it done. I'll say that right now. But on the Florida side, here's what I saw. What I saw was a team that won 7 games last year during the regular season, and everyone all offseason told them how good they were. And then that 7-5 team heard all the good things people said and agreed. And then went on about the rest of their offseason. And this is not me telling you I know exactly what happened during spring practice and fall camp and all those things, because I'm sure that all the boxes were checked. I'm sure they did all the right things. But watching that game back yesterday, I saw a team that just looked like obligated to be there. It wasn't like it was the implosion that you saw from Florida State last year where they're pointing fingers against Boston College and going palms up. It was just like there was no juice from Florida, really on either side of the football, but especially on defense. Like I saw the USF rushing attack just like impose their will is a strong word, but definitely want it more. Like with the line of scrimmage play that Florida has from a talent level on offense and defense, like they were just essentially catching USF. Like there was no conviction, there was no passion, there was no I want to give my all for Florida Gator football today. It was just like, well, we have to be here. We literally have to be at this game right now. So we're going to show up, we're going to put on the pads. We'll, pop a little bit here and there, but like we have to be here, might as well show up. And like there was no purpose really watching Florida Gator football. It was jarring. And as talented as this roster is and as much good that they did at the end of last season, it's tough to look anywhere but coaching for this, man. And I hate this because truthfully, man, I root for Billy Napier. I openly root for Billy Napier. I think he's about the right things. I think he answers all the criticism he's gotten since getting to Gainesville in a professional way. But the team wasn't ready to play. And he started the press conference saying that after the game. He's like, we weren't ready. It's on me. Wasn't good enough. That's on me. And it's like today, Sunday morning, you're like, yeah, who else is it on? Over 100 yards and penalties. That falls on coaching. That falls on discipline. That falls on like the mindset going into this game. To me, like they did not do enough during the week, I have to imagine now, to take USF as seriously as they needed to. And that falls on the top level. And that sucks because of how talented this team is, but it sucks even more because look down the schedule, it's like, dude, this was one of those games you had circled as a win. When you're talking yourself into Florida being a playoff team and getting to 9 wins and having a conversation about being a playoff team at 9-3 if you find yourself in that situation, this was one of those wins you were like, okay, check that box, cool. Then we go to LSU. Could be tricky, we'll see. But like, you got to have this one. Got to have this one. And say what you want about what happened for 3 quarters and call it like 12 minutes. The last 3 minutes to me was mind-boggling. Because Florida gets the football back with like 2:50 or so to go. And it's a 3-play drive for the offense. 3 plays, 2 passes. Now, say what you want about that second pass. Was a shot downfield that receiver probably got to come down with. But like even just with that offensive line, with that running back room, we're throwing the ball 2 of 3 plays. I fully expected us to be sitting here today and say, man, Florida, ugly, but I get it. Look ahead spot, USF's good, all those things, cool, give them their flowers. But like now we really get to course correct, put our focus on LSU, whatever, put the game on ice, good for Florida. And they just like imploded on the offensive side. And this is not me telling you I know more about play calling than Billy Napier, but like to not even like try to take some time off the clock there, to not put the ball in Jaden Baugh's hands, let the offensive line push around that G5 unit and like what are we I genuinely am at a loss for words as to why that was the approach there at the end of the game. Very, very confusing to me. Other part too, like the defensive side. You spotted USF darn near 30 yards of penalties on the final drive. Like if USF had to get a touchdown, they might have been able to do that at the end of the game. If it was a situation where Florida was up by 5 at the end of the game and like USF has got to punch it in, I think USF was in position to do that. Like the lack of discipline you got to do getting ejected on the final drive for spitting. Like what are we doing? It reeks to me of like, this is a harsh way to say it, but it's a Sunday morning and we're just sitting with the emotion of it still. It reeks of like bad football team stuff. And I don't think Florida's a bad roster. I don't even think they have a bad staff. But like the preparation based on the results you got was not good enough, and not good enough in this sport. It's hard to call it anything else besides bad. And that's how it feels this morning. So we look ahead to the future now if you're Florida, and like as much as they have a lot of opportunity now to make up some ground the rest of the schedule, it feels like playoff mode sort of starts now for them. You know what I mean? And like that's not all the way true because a 10-2 Florida, even with this loss, gets in the playoff. But I think you got to have a playoff mindset after this loss, because like dramatic bad to me with where Florida's at and what we said about Florida requires dramatic good. Like to me, man, I need wins over LSU, Texas, and Georgia if I'm Florida. And again, that's hyperbolic. That sounds a little bit like hot takey. I'm just telling you that's to me a way where if you're a Florida fan, you kind of get to course correct like the mojo maybe, and maybe at that point in time you get some more belief back in Billy Napier. But like you check the message boards this morning over at Gators Online. Go check social media. Like Billy Napier does not have, I was going to say not a high approval rating. I don't know if he has an approval rating period right now around Florida. Like if you thought the seat was toasty this time last year, week 2, losing to A&M, this loss was, it feels like catastrophically worse than that loss. Absolutely. But based on the opponent, 110% sure. Now, we do have to say this. As cooked as it feels like this loss in the moment makes this Florida team, we were saying the same thing about them this time a year ago after the A&M loss. Now, the A&M loss and the USF loss, different conversations, but I just think it's fair to throw that context in there. There's a lot in front of this team, but like, dude, you got to give me something to believe in here. I need something. I need something drastic. I need a win over LSU. I need a win over Texas. I need a win over Georgia, because it's year 4, man. It's year 4. It's not we're still building to it. It's not we got to get the right guys in place, the right culture in place. It's year 4. There's no more margin for, well, if we have this break this way. Like, team wasn't ready to play and lost to a lesser talented team at home and looked obligated to be there. So it's tough. It's very, very tough. All the good vibes from the end of last year, it feels like are pretty much thrown out the window with that loss. Still jarring this happened. Still fully expected Florida to pull the nose up at the end and have a conversation around, hey, found a way to win, close game, whatever. Vibes are not good. Vibes are not good. And to be honest, Billy Napier said this, like, they shouldn't be good, more or less. Like, they've earned all the criticism they're going to get. I need something drastic to swing back towards Florida now to feel good about them here and to get the vibes somehow back to neutral or positive. And those wins I mentioned over those big dogs in the sport in the SEC would be a path towards getting that done. But Florida, inexcusable. Again, lost, final score 18-16 against USF. Give USF all the flowers, but yeah. Let us know how you feel about this, Florida. Let us know how you feel about it. Caden Smith, the ones and twos, myself, JD PicKell. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.